Good day, Bashana, and once again we are back together again. Well, we are proving identities in grade 11. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you're part of the family. So in our previous video, I showed you how we actually prove identities. I showed you those 5 methods that we are going to follow, or the 5 steps that you're going to follow in order to effectively prove identities, right? So if you haven't watched that video, please start there, okay? But today I am going to be starting with our exercises, and you'll see the different ones that I'm going to do in the next videos to come. Right, so let's start with exercise A. And so what I ask you to do, guys, once you've learned, okay, start with the, just try the exercises on your own. And in this case, and look at the answers that I have so that you can see if you followed the right procedure. Right, so let's start with number 1. So we've got 1 minus tan of theta multiplied by sine theta times cos theta. And they say this is equal to cos squared of theta. So we are supposed to prove that this will be equal to the cos squared of theta. Right, there's nothing much we can do on the right hand side, right? I said to you the first thing is work with the left hand side and the right hand side separately. I've separated them, so please no transposing in this section, right? So let's go for it. Okay, so the first thing is I said we are going to change everything into sine and cos. Now on the left hand side, I can see that I've got tan of the angle, right? So this is going to be sine of theta over cos theta. So remember, anytime I see tan, I'm going to change that to sine over cos. So in this case, this is multiplied by sine theta. I can write that as sine theta over 1 multiplied by cos theta, which is cos theta over 1. Now, I want you to look at this, ladies and gents. The cos theta and the cos theta would cancel out, right? And what do I have? I've got sine multiplied by sine. So I've got 1 minus the sine squared of theta. And, well, guess what? This is one of our square identities. We know that 1 minus sine squared of theta will actually be equal to the cos squared of theta. And what do you notice? Left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, now there was nothing wrong if you wanted to, on this side, just unbundle this and write it as 1 minus sine squared of theta and leave rather the answer at that point, okay, and say left hand side equal to right hand side. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, as long as we make sure that what we have on the left is there on the right hand side. All right, I hope that you got that, ladies and gents. Let's go on to the next one. Now, before you start with this one, try to do it on your own and let's see if you get the answer correctly. Right, now we've got tan squared of x, right? We've got tan squared of x, cos squared of x plus cos squared of x, and they want us to prove that this is equal to 1. So let's write that down. So we've got tan squared of x multiplied by cos squared of x plus cos squared of x, and they said we must prove that this is equal to 1. All right, now ladies and gents, once again, I'm going to leave the right hand side as is, right? In this case, let's start on the left hand side. We said firstly, we change everything into sine and cos. I've got tan over there. So tan would be sine squared of x divided by cos squared of x. This is multiplied by cos squared of x. Remember, I can write this as a fraction and say divided by 1. And this is plus cos squared of x. Right, now let's deal with what we have on the left. Right, so in this case, we've got cos squared divided by cos squared. That gives us 1. And in this case, that is multiplied by sine squared. So I've got sine squared of x plus, now remember, we still have cos squared of x. And what do you note? In this case, we've got our square identity. We know that the sine squared of any angle plus the cos squared of the same angle will simply give us 1. And so what do we have? Left-hand side equal to right-hand side. Now, ladies and gents, I've shown you a procedure on how to do this, right? So if you, if you look at this, you might find yourself running around in circles if you don't follow the process. So please look at the first video if you haven't. Right, on our next video, right, we are going to be looking at question number 3 and question number 4, right? You can try them on your own and, see if you get that correct, and then look at my examples, or rather my solutions, right? But until then, let's see each other on our next video. I'll see you guys again next time. Sharp, sharp.